Hi everyone. Now, White Star Line is most famously associated with the RMS Titanic. But what is less well known is that White Star Line had, particularly up until the years just before the First World War, a substantial fleet that serviced its Australian run. And its presence was up there with the P&O and Orient lines. While they had a substantial fleet of cargo ships such as the Swivik and the Runic, the former being famously rebuilt after it ran aground and had to have its bow chopped off. But the flagship of the Australian run was a large, four-masted combination passenger cargo steamer that for over 25 years also held the record as being the tallest ship that could fit under the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And this was the Ceramic. Now, jokes aside, this ship was the flagship of the Australian run, and for many years was also one of the largest ships that serviced the Southern Hemisphere for the White Star Line. Now, unfortunately, this ship, while not as well known as its North Atlantic cousins, led a very interesting career, but it was sadly cut short when the ship was torpedoed in the Second World War. What is even more tragic is that even though there were initially survivors in the water, only one man, Eric Mundy, was saved by the U-boat that torpedoed the ship, and he spent his entire time in the war as a prisoner of war. And it was only after the end of the Second World War that the full story of his miraculous survival was revealed. And yet, as amazing as his story is, this remains the only complete account of not only the ship and its career and tragic sinking, but also of Eric Mundy's life and his rescue. Sadly, this book, as a Ceramic, The Untold Story by Claire Hardy, it's quite rare to get, and the story does deserve to have a wider audience and to be retold. She covers the complete career of the Ceramic. This photo reflects the ship as it was when it was first built in the 1930s, when White Star Line was merged with Cunard. The few ships that were left on the Australian run were handed over to the Shaw, Saville and Albion line. And the Ceramic was given a refit where it's... let's see if I can find a picture. There are plenty of photos within this book. Case in point, it's a little unwieldy. But basically the ship was given a thorough reconditioning, and the superstructure was partly increased on the after promenade deck. And typical, when you want to find a page that illustrates the point, you cannot find it. But what there are ample photos of life on board, photos of damage caused just before the final sinking, where the ship was in a collision, and what I always love is a set of deck plans. This section of the book is taken almost verbatim from the shipbuilder articles. However, it is as authentic as you can get, capturing the era and the optimism and the technical details that surrounded this ship. The Ceramic lives and breathes through these pages, and the tragedy of its sinking is sympathetically and beautifully told. While this book is hard to get for those who want to appreciate the tragedy of the Second World War and to have a deeper understanding of the White Star Line and in particular its Australian service, then this book is a well and truly worth seeking out. The White Star Line is more than just the Titanic, and its other ships, particularly those that serviced its Australian run, deserve to be more well known and to have their stories told. We have a beautiful example here of the Flagship, the Ceramic, and this book is well and truly a 4 out of 5 captain's hats. It is a substantial piece of research, it is beautifully illustrated, and the saga of Eric Mundy is told with sympathy. If you can find this book, hunt it down, as this is a worthy addition to any collection of White Star Line and Ocean Liner books. I really hope that this short review has inspired you to hunt down and do some extra research about the other ships of the White Star Line, and indeed the lesser known ocean liners that are out there. If there is a book about a particular ocean liner or cruise ship that you would like reviewed or discussed, please let me know in the comments below and I'll add it to the list, because as you can see, there's plenty here to talk about. Until the next time everyone, enjoy and happy reading!